Hi there, Pink Alpha here, and welcome to another video brought to you by the Pink Warriors. It's been a minute since I posted anything, and that's primarily because I haven't really had a whole lot going on. But this, again, is the channel where we look at stuff that happens when you're going through treatment for cancer. And my particular cancer is, or was breast cancer, T2N1M0. ER/PR positive, HER2 negative. So what that all means is I had a tumor about this big, like the size of a ping pong ball, and it had metastasized to my lymph nodes. So I underwent 16 weeks of chemo, a month of radiation, and one surgery to put the port in, one surgery as a partial mastectomy and lymph node removal. And at that point, November 4th of 2021, I was considered in remission. Interestingly, nobody told me that until I finished radiation on Valentine's Day of this year. So I wasn't too happy about that, but it is what it is. So I just recently, as of September 10th of this year, passed my first chemoversary. It's been a long year. And my hair is growing back, as you can see. This is what happens as of October of last year, because it takes about a month for the chemo to fully get out of your system. And, chemo effects are more than just nausea and or vomiting and hair loss. So you can experience chemopause, which is the pushing of your body into a medical menopause as a result of the side effects from chemo. And as I understand it, the closer you are to natural menopause, the more likely that is to stick. It can also affect your strength, your balance. You can experience muscle loss, which is called wasting, fatigue, weight fluctuations, and your sex drive can go down the toilet. And I have to say, I've experienced pretty much all of those. So, with that said, it is a huge deal to celebrate milestones, whether it's, halfway through chemo or even a quarter of the way through chemo, halfway through radiation or a quarter of the way through radiation, whatever the case may be, celebrate it, because it means that you are a survivor of that portion of your treatment and you should be very happy and very proud of yourself. And personally, as I explain to people that I meet when I talk about it, in my personal experience, when you hear the words "you have cancer," it takes the word fear as you've previously understood it and just completely flips it on its head. It just gives you a whole new perspective. Like, prior to all of this, I don't think I would have ever conceived of moving to a city of 250,000 people and, you know, driving around it with clients and working and whatever. Because I lived in New Hampshire my whole life. I'm coming from a town of less than 4,500 people. So it's definitely, it's definitely changed a lot. So I recently went in to get my port flushed and have a conversation with my oncologist about getting my port removed. And I was blindsided by the very strong recommendation that my ovaries also be removed, which is called an oophorectomy. And the reason why that was recommended is because there was the hormonal component to my cancer, and there is a very real concern that it might come back. So I have a surgical consult coming up. I know it's for the best, and I'm pretty sure my doctor wouldn't recommend an invasive surgery like that unless It was necessary. But it's still stressful. I don't have any medical directives in place. I don't have any emergency contacts in place. So if something happens to me, I don't know what's going to happen to my dog, and all my stuff. So it's very stressful. But there are upsides. Like my blood work is good and everything's within normal limits, although I am still considered to be at risk. So um, it's still an ordeal. And I cannot stress enough, in your area, if it's possible, if you have time, get involved in a volunteer program. If there isn't one already, start one. It isn't that difficult. And, even though there are apps available to help people, do their grocery shopping or clean the house or, pick up meds or whatever the case may be, that stuff costs money. And going through treatment is a very expensive ordeal, whether it's medications or copays or, losing out on work because you're too sick to move or get out of bed. It's a very expensive ordeal. So try to do anything you can. Volunteer to put a care package together. Reach out to me if you don't know what to put in it, or reach out to somebody else who's gone through it. Reach out to the hospital, see what they put in theirs. I think we put our last care package together for like $50, which, when you see the effect that has on the person going through cancer, $50 is a very small price to pay. Believe me. So yeah, that's it from me. I will keep you posted, and thank you for joining us. Please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. Like, share, subscribe, pass the word around. Let other people know that this channel is available. And until next time, we wish you a very happy and healthy life.